Okay, here we are from my home in Atlanta. I greet the saints of the quarantine, here and wherever our Peniel family might be quarantined in the rest of the world. This will be our first virtual service online. What a special year this has been. But this is the day that the Lord hath made, so we will rejoice and be glad in it. In fact, what has happened this year has caught everyone by surprise. I knew and have announced that this would be a very special year, but I never thought that it would include such a special circumstance for the whole world as God begins His new work in the midst of this new generation. And I think when we get through, this will be waking up the world to something new and different. And I think when we wake up, we'll find out after all this is through, that's a different world than when it started. Many things will change, many things will be gone, and other things will be reset, and new things will come. But this time I think will be remembered in history, just like the major wars of the past that have changed the world. You know that this is not the first quarantine in history for God's people. The first recorded quarantine in history to protect God's people from the plague happened in Egypt the first night of the Passover over 3,300 years ago. We read in Exodus 12:22 that Moses instructed the people to take the blood of a lamb and put it on the lintels and doorposts. But then he said, "You shall not leave the entrance of the house." This is Exodus 12:22. "You shall not leave the entrance of the house until the morning, for God will pass through to smite Egypt." And so that's the way it was. And as then today our present quarantine is inside of our homes to protect ourselves from the coronavirus or the COVID-19. Perhaps not unlike what happened in the biblical times to God's people. And the people of God at that time, they just hunkered down in Egypt in their houses, eating their dinner and wondering what would happen with that plague. And so we too now are hidden away in our homes, wondering what that deadly virus might yet do to us. The last time we were together, physically at least, last Sunday at the church, in a message I spoke about the fact, very interesting, how this virus was attacking the older generation, the weaker generation. And I just received, when I got up this morning, a video that was sent to me by Pastor Luke, who heard the message that I spoke last Sunday and thought it was very interesting what the Minister of Justice of Israel had to say. So let me share this video with you, okay?
My name is Naftali Bennett, and I'm Minister of Defense of the State of Israel. I want to share with you the single most important insight of the entire corona epidemic. The most important thing, more than general social distancing, more than testing, more than anything else, is to separate old people from younger people. The single most lethal combination is when grandma hugs her grandson. Why is that? Because corona is a unique virus in the sense that it's way more lethal for old people than for young people. In many countries, zero young people died. Countries that many people died, you have 0% or 0.1% of folks under the age of 30 or 20, whereas old people over the age of 80 and 70, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 7 of them that get the virus die. So what we need to do over the next period of time is take care of grandma and grandpa, but from far away. Lots of WhatsApps and Skype and you name it. Bring them food, clean the box before you leave, and then they take it in their house. But do not enter the house, do not hug them, because you're risking them. Finally, people ask me, so will the old people have to be isolated forever? The answer is no. What will happen over the next few months, gradually the rest of the population, want it or not, the rest of the population is going to get the coronavirus. the overwhelming majority of people that will get the coronavirus won't even know it. It'll take 3 or 4 weeks. They won't know they have the virus.
Okay, we're back. Now how about some music to start this virtual service? You can't have a service if you haven't got music, right? So here we have music from our church. I'll be right back.
Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the glorious name. Blessed be the name. Name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away, Lord. Give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. The first part. Blessed be your name, the land that is plentiful. Be known in the land that is plentiful, where the streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. When we're in the desert as well, Lord. Blessed be your name. When I'm running the desert place, when I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Every blessing, Lord, you pour out. We turn back to praise, Lord. When the darkness closes in, Lord, we will choose to say that we will bless your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. You deserve all the praise this morning, Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. Take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. Give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. Give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Lord, you give and you take away, Lord. Give and take away.
Bless your name. Bless your name. I give you all. I give you praise. You are the truth, the way. I give you praise. I bless your name. I bless your name. I bless your name. I bless your again, Jesus. Jesus, you are the light, with you.